Hello everybody, this is jaydenshaunts, and today we have to unbox and setup is the Backbend Bonnie by Tekky Toys from Spirit Halloween. I want to go right off the bat and say I'm already extremely impressed with the price point of this for the motion and character that it is. So I have high expectations for it. I've already heard a lot of great things about it, so I'm excited. So, opening the box right here. See right there, I'm not sure you can see very well. If you can see it now. There's that, and it looks like when I pull her out of the box, you guys will be seeing her face right away. So we're gonna go ahead and do this. This is just gonna take its sweet time sliding out. Okay, her instructions fell back inside the box. I have not looked at her yet. There she is. I'm looking at the top of her head and I can already tell that you guys cannot see all of her. So I'm going to just carefully move everything out of the way because I don't want to see it just yet. That is what she looks like. Okay. And oh my gosh, I thought her controller was going to fall out. And okay, wow. She actually looks way better in person than she does online. I actually quite like this. I am 100% going to be touching up those wounds with some permablood because those wounds are way too pink, and you can even tell over there they didn't even get the full wound painted. So this is a really nice quality costume. Oh my gosh, I'm really excited for this part. Okay, so I'm going to get everything laid out of the box, make sure I have everything, make sure you have everything, and we'll get to her setup. Here is everything that Backbend Bonnie comes with. You have her base, the pole with the control box labeled C and A, a singular pole with nothing on it labeled B and D, her adapter, her mechanism, and Bonnie herself with two poles already pre-attached inside of her. And you will also have a little baggie that has a wire clip and a cotter pin. Let's get to her setup. Your first step is going to be snap plucking both your poles into the base, matching A to A and B to B. Now we're going to locate our mechanism portion with the wiring labeled C and D and snap lock those on top of our current leg pole assembly. Next, go ahead and slide Bonnie's body onto the frame. One thing that's very important to note is when attaching Bonnie's larger square pole into the plastic mechanism labeled E, ensure that the speaker is projecting out the back of her. You can see her controls right here, and then her head is going to be looking right at you. This is very important because of how the poles need to align, because your F pole is going to have to come down here and attach to that cotter pin. To secure Bonnie to the mechanism, you're going to utilize the cotter pin and put it right through that pole, securing E to E. After securing your E to E cotter pin, go ahead and remove the cotter pin clip off of this pin right here and slide your F pole on it to ensure that her head does move when she is in motion. Now this would be a great time to go ahead and plug in all of her wires to the control box. After all of your wires are connected, go ahead and assort them over here off to the side with your wire clip to keep them nice and neat and out of the mechanism frame. Now let's go ahead and take a look at her control box. Bonnie here can work on 4 AA batteries or the included 6V 2A DC adapter. I'm going to personally use the adapter because batteries typically do not last very long in these Tekky items because of how motor and violent they are normally. Backbend Bonnie here, it doesn't really have a violent motion and it is rather slow, so I think batteries might be fine for her, but I just prefer to use the adapters. Bonnie here has an on mode where she will work on both her IR sensor or the built-in sound sensor that is in her control box. She has off where she will do nothing but work only manually if you have an external trigger like a step pad, charming button, multi-prop remote. And she has motion only where she will only work off of that IR sensor that works in both the light and the dark. She has volume control, and from what I heard, she can be very, very loud. And she also has an external speaker port if you wish to make her even louder. I'm going to go ahead and plug in her adapter, situate her to the setting I want her to be on, resituate her clothing, and we'll get to her demo. And here she is, all set up and ready to go. One last important step is that she does have a Velcro strip right here that helps hide her base. So I'm going to go ahead and plug her in. She has 3 phrases. We're going to go through all of them. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the new for 2025 Backbend Bonnie by Tekky from Spirit Halloween. This animatronic has already been announced amongst the community. People have made their voices heard to be their favorite from Spirit Halloween this season. And honestly, she's not my personal favorite so far. My personal favorite we will be getting to tomorrow. But this is definitely a contender for one of the best from Spirit this year. This is such a cool animatronic. It's not a new motion. We have seen the back bending done a couple of times over. I believe only twice with the Broken Spine Girl from Tekky in 2014, and then Menacing Molly in 2017. But the biggest complaint people have with this thing is the paint job on the face, and I gotta agree, the paint job is not exactly the greatest. I did already go in and touch up her wounds with some permablood, and I might commission somebody, a friend of mine, to repaint her mouth and give her some better teeth, but I am pretty content with mine how it is currently. Another thing that people are complaining about is the slow motion, but I have to disagree with that. I personally think the slow motion is very, very creepy for this thing. I think the slow motion is much creepier than the fast back bending motion, and not only that, I do feel that if it was faster, it would likely not hold up as long. Just imagine this thing standing at the end at a very dimly lit hallway, just slowly bending back to look at you. I think that is much creepier than a violent backbending motion, although I am not opposed to seeing a violent backbending motion done soon by Tekky or Spirit, because I do think that would still be really cool. But I do prefer, and for this instance with this character and this really awesome nostalgic sounding classic Spirit Halloween Tekky Toys audio, to have the slower motion. This item has many pros. It is very easy to put together. It is very minimal setup, very minimal pieces. The dress is beautiful quality. I love the accents with the lace. I love the charm on her chest. I know that has a specific name for it. I cannot remember it. I'm going to call it a charm for now. Another thing, people complained about her eyes. I personally really enjoy her eyes. I think they look really real and really creepy. The audio, again, I'm going to touch on that. This is very reminiscent of prime Spirit Halloween audio. No talking, just pure creepiness, screams, background audio, and agony. This is just going to show that audio can make or break a prop, and oftentimes these things that talk so much can just bring it down a couple tiers on itself. I love that this thing does not talk, and we desperately need more just creep factor animatronics like this, that all of their creep factor is in the slow motion and the audio without any talking. Bonnie here retails for $179, which I feel is 100% worth it. You're getting a nice, easily manageable animatronic, fits in a nice small box for storage. When she is assembled, she is very easy to display and maintain. The mechanism seems very durable. It is plastic gears from what you can tell, but you can see the slow motion going back up and down. It is not struggling at all. I have ran this thing probably about 50 times now just to really put a test to it, and it has not struggled. I haven't heard any weird sounds come out of the mechanism. I can confidently say that this is going to hold up for a very long time after my personal experience dealing with these animatronics for the last 15 plus years. I work at Spirit Halloween, so I was fortunate enough to get her for roughly about $125, which honestly, if I wasn't working at Spirit, I would still confidently say that $180 is worth it. It's a really, really great creep factor animatronic. If you have the opportunity to pick her up, I highly recommend her. This is definitely a pick back at the glory days of Spirit with just pure creepy feels to them and just an overall just scary, unsettling vibe from them. I highly recommend her. If you have the opportunity to pick her up, I highly again recommend her. She is so awesome, and I can 100% seeing this one being a very demanded one this season that will surely sell out. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, rate, comment, and subscribe.